G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. Today we're back at the SBS Mothership and we've got some exciting developments. Today we're going to introduce to you the Super System. For anyone not familiar with the SBS Mothership, I'll just give you a quick rundown of exactly where we're at. We've done a number of videos showing the progress of the tank right back from when we craned it into this garage where we had a total mess and hardly any functional ponds or aquaculture systems. We've brought it into this space and we are slowly converting it into what will become one of the biggest and best saltwater reef tanks that you'll ever see. Now, the SBS Mothership is 7,000 litres, but that is only part of what we're going to be calling the Super System. We've actually added 2 ponds that are 1,500 litres each, as well as a frag tank, which is about 700 litres, onto the SBS Mothership or the Super System. And today we're going to take you through exactly how we've added these ponds onto to create the Super System. So, as I said, we have 2 1,500 litre aquaculture ponds, and this is the first one. And we've actually moved a lot of the coral into this pond. We'll have a look at that in a sec. We've also put the lighting system up. That's definitely something that I want to really talk about in detail because it is an awesome system and I'm really excited by how well it's doing for the coral. This is the second 1,500 litre pond, and you can see we don't have any lighting in here. There's no fish or corals. It's really just an empty pond that we're going to use for a frag system in the same way that first pond is being used. So this is still a work in progress. And the last section, or the last tank in our super system, is our frag tank here. Now this is about 5.5 feet by 2.5 feet by about 30 centimeters. We'll be using this for our online coral sales, probably for selling a lot of the frags that we'll be producing in the other 2 ponds. Now we've hooked these 2 ponds and the 1 tank up to the same filter system that the SBS Mothership is on. So let's have a look at the plumbing and exactly where it goes into our IBC filter. So each of the 3 tanks that we've got running on the super system has got a very large return. Now it's a 50 mil return. We've chosen to go for that size specifically so that we've got the ability to put a high flow through it, but also to reduce the chance of the water flow siphoning back if the power goes out. You can see with such a large opening, it actually sucks air and breaks the siphon very quickly. And we've got ball valves on each of the returns that go back into the tank, so we can control very precisely exactly how much water is going in. Now this frag tank, which we've only just set up recently, has got an overflow here with 2 25 mil or 1 inch drains, and that feeds down into a common drain that we'll have a look at in a sec. But before we do, we'll just point out on both the ponds, we have 3 40 mil, which is 1.5 inch drainage lines that also feed down into that common drainage line that goes to the IBC. So you can see it here and also over here. Now let's just have a look at the plumbing where we can see the drainage line feed into the IBC. So we've gone with an 85 mil pressure pipe drainage line. So all of the drainage points out of the 3 tanks feed into this main drain line that goes down into the IBC here. And you can also see this is our return line, and I'll show you the pump because it's a pretty full-on pump. So this is our return pump, and you can see it comes straight up to a T. The first T goes in the direction of our 3 tanks connected to the super system, and the other one that goes left actually goes directly to the SBS mothership. Now, I haven't calculated the flow rate on this pump. My guess is something about 50,000 litres an hour. We certainly have got a huge capacity for flow. We put a heap of flow through the SBS mothership, and we do put a large amount of flow through the ponds as well. So our whole super system is being filtered by the filtration system in this IBC, and we have a skimmer which is sitting on a milk crate in the IBC, and it's only a small skimmer for this system. We will be replacing it with a large external skimmer, which is going to be positioned where I'm standing right now. But for the time being, we've got our undersized skimmer. We also have got an undersized refugium style algae scrubber, and this is it back here behind our dosing vessels that we're going to use in the future. But basically we've got a prime AI blade, I should say, refugium, and it's actually giving us pretty good algae growth. I plan to put a couple more along this, and even though it's only small, I think it will be more than adequate for this system, given we're going to be very minimalistic with the number of fish that we have in here. But that's the filtration system. IBCs are great for this purpose. Whilst it's a 1,000 litre IBC, the system's 10,000 litres. It's doing the job quite well, and certainly this system is going to be part of the reason why the super system does so well. That's pretty much it for our update on the SBS mothership and the super system. We've got a lot of exciting plans for what we're going to do with this system in the future. And the next thing, or the next step, is going to be to put the lighting system on the frag tank. And what we're going to do with that, we're going to use radions. Rather than suspend them from the ceiling, we're going to use double arm mounts that will have a rail that will run the length of the tank, and we'll have 3 Gen 4 radions, which we currently have not in service. They'll be on that tank. They'll be run with Mobius, so they'll be really easy to control. We're going to go with the same lighting system on the second pond as we have done on the first. So that will be a combination of the AI blade grow and glow, suspended with the 2 5-foot rails from the ceiling. So that will be really exciting to get that underway. And then in the far future, we'll focus on getting the protein skimmer and probably the dosing pump with some supplements and getting our water chemistry really up to scratch. But there's exciting times ahead. So definitely stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV, and we'll bring you more content on this awesome system. But that's today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing. That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing.